Hey, Wembo World Entertainment, and right around the corner is, of course, Marvel's Daredevil Born Again, a show which, for all intents and purposes, everyone does actually seem to be looking forward to because it does look like it's back to form. Now, what should be known, and this comes from inside Marvel, is that the first 4 episodes are an incredibly slow burn to the point where you're almost like, oh, I don't think I'm going to continue with this. But then the next 4 are meant to be like back to form. Problem with that is, if that is the case, how many people are going to actually be convinced to stick around? And what's the point? Really? Like, what's the point? Oh, we get 4 good episodes, but we have to go to 4 terrible episodes to get to it. I don't really see how that works. However, it does look like it's removed all that Marvel type humor. As far as the trailer shows us, we don't quite know. But there's one actress who wants to now be a part of this, who is the person who basically destroyed Marvel's first official take on the character of Daredevil. That is, of course, She-Hulk's Tatiana Maslany. You know, the woman who did the show that pretty much called all of us the enemy, and who even attacked Bob Iger during the strikes. Well, she must be desperate for work because she wants back in, and she wants back in into Daredevil Born Again. So we're going to have a look at this because, yeah, good luck with this. So it says, She-Hulk actress Tatiana Maslany recently expressed a desire to join the cast of Daredevil Born Again. With Daredevil Born Again set to hit Disney Plus on March 4th, excitement for Marvel's return to gritty, grounded storytelling is at an all-time high. The trailer has already made waves, pulling in 15 million views with 582,000 likes to only 3,800 dislikes, numbers that dwarf the reception of Marvel's recent offerings like Echo and Agatha All Along, which struggled to capture audience interest. But now, She-Hulk star Tatiana Maslany has thrown her hat into the ring, expressing her eagerness to join the upcoming Daredevil series. And fans, well, they're not exactly thrilled. She-Hulk attorney at law bombed with fans, who were left baffled by its goofy tone, cringe-worthy writing, and infamous twerking scene with Megan Thee Stallion. The backlash was swift and severe, landing Disney Plus to quietly remove She-Hulk from its Marvel banner, an unmistakable signal that the studio is ready to move on. With no plans for a second season, it's safe to say the MCU is leaving Jennifer Walters behind. This rejection aligns with Marvel's recent shift, as seen with Daredevil Born Again. Unlike She-Hulk and Echo, which embraced identity politics and light-hearted tones, Born Again promises a return to the darker, grittier storytelling that defined the original Netflix Daredevil series. The Born Again trailer alone set the tone, with brutal action sequences, including a particularly memorable shot of Daredevil breaking an opponent's leg. The show's TVMA rating further cements its commitment to mature themes and violence, something that fans have been clamoring for amid Marvel's identity politics fatigue. Even Daredevil Born Again showrunner Dario, how the hell do you say this name, Scadapane, is steering clear of the She-Hulk baggage. In a recent interview, he confirmed that Born Again will ignore She-Hulk entirely, particularly the much maligned one-night stand between Daredevil and Jennifer Walters. So while Tatiana Maslany may be ready to return, it's clear that Marvel, and more importantly the fans, are ready to leave her and the She-Hulk debacle in the past. So she is out there trying to say, I'm ready, put me in, coach, I want to go. And by the looks of it, Marvel, never mind all of the fan base, but Marvel themselves, Feige and stuff, are just like, nah. And why would you? How could you take a character like She-Hulk that we saw in that series and drop her into something like Daredevil Born Again? Now, the issue as well they still have with Daredevil Born Again, doesn't matter whether they're saying, oh, it's gone back to gritty and darker and blah blah blah. It's the fact that we still all remember and have seen Daredevil's Walk of Shame, and we've all remember and have seen Kingpin getting beaten not once but twice by Echo and once by Kate Bishop. So these characters have already been badly damaged by the Marvel brand. And it's funny that they keep saying, oh, it's a return to Marvel and it's gritty, blah, 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 when then they have to throw in, even though that was actually Netflix and not really Marvel, they didn't really have much to do with it. And Feige pretty much had nothing to do with it. I think he had his name in, like, producer only. You know, she had no involvement. So why they're trying to say, oh, it's a return to Marvel being gritty, and that when Marvel was never gritty and dark in the first place under the actual Marvel/Disney banner. But the idea that she thinks she's coming back is hilarious. Again, not just was the show a disaster, was she removed from the banner, but the most telling part of, yeah, there's no way they're bringing her back, is the fact that she did openly call out Bob Iger during the strikes, which, in fairness, everyone should have done in the first place anyway. The strikes were a joke, but his response, although accurate for parts of it, was also a joke. Like him saying, you know, they're not being realistic. That was true. The majority of the other stuff he said was just idiotic. But if she thinks she's coming back after doing that, yeah, good luck with that. And again, nobody wants to see her back. And definitely nobody wants to see her anywhere near Daredevil again after what they did to him in her show. And of course, one of the elements that people do see in the new trailer for Daredevil Born Again, that instantly, what a mistake to put it front and center, because it instantly brings you back to the Walk of Shame, was when you get that shot of all the masks. And the first one that's right smack dab in the middle is, of course, the yellow one from She-Hulk. It's like, oh, you shouldn't have put that in there. Never even mind putting it off to the side or so. It shouldn't have been in there at all. Even though, yes, he did originally have that colored mask in the comics, which people really didn't like that suit. It just brings you immediately back to She-Hulk. So she wants in. Not happening. Not a hope is that happening. But with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I will catch you in the next one.